5 weeks. That's how long I've been living with Samsung's all-new Galaxy Z Fold7, and folks, I gotta say, it's put me through a roller coaster of emotions, but no worries. Now I think I'm all set. You see, there was a honeymoon phase, one during which I absolutely loved this phone. Then there was the post-honeymoon, during which I grew to almost hate this guy here, specifically because of two main things: the battery and the S Pen, or rather, lack thereof an S Pen in this specific case. And yet, 5 weeks later, I just cannot seem to put this thing down. This is not just a foldable. It's Samsung's most fun phone yet. The most fun ever they've ever made. And frankly, I was wrong. I was wrong about everything. And let's talk about why. The Galaxy Z Fold7 launch felt just different from the get-go. Not just because of the insanely fantastic new design upgrade, but because it wasn't just another foldable prototype that was, pretending to be a finished product. This was a massive overhaul in all aspects of the Galaxy Z Fold series, turning this iteration here from, the typical prototype to a daily driver. Over the past 5 weeks, I've discovered that it's not a perfect phone. Not at all. In fact, it comes with its own short list of compromises. But at the same time, it is the most complete foldable that Samsung has ever made, and the most complete foldable you could get your hand on. It's the first fold that feels finished, polished, refined, and actually just normal. And believe me when I say this, that is the highest level of compliment I can give a foldable. Now, let's go ahead and jump into one of the biggest things I was wrong about: the battery. Now, battery life during my first couple of weeks was all over the place. In fact, I thought it was just plain and simple horrible. In fact, my 2 weeks later video was solely focused on that. Then by early evenings, I would be right below, 8%. So I kept finding myself having to charge even before dinner. And this was especially noticeable and, super frustrating because I had been accustomed to my Galaxy S25 Ultra's battery life. The good news here is that I was just being impatient and maybe a little bit of a jerk, right? Because, machine learning was on full blast, right? And nowadays, things are different because this phone has learned me, right? It's learned my habits. By the third week, Samsung's adaptive power management went ahead and kicked in, optimizing itself around my, actual habits, as I just said. And now I'm comfortably going past dinner time without needing to charge, and really only put it on the charger as I get closer to bedtime. The days of 5% left in the battery tank by dinner time are, just a memory now, right? Now, around the same time, I find myself at about 20%. Yeah, that's right. Samsung's new optimization make that, that same 4400 milliamp hour battery, paired with that Snapdragon 8 Elite, of course, more efficient over time. And another thing here is I've also gotten used to that 25 watt charging speed because for some reason, I no longer seem to mind it, right? Additionally, the battery being smaller on the Z Fold7 compared to, say, the S25 Ultra make the charging speed, I don't know how to explain this. It makes it feel adequate, right? So it's 25 watt to charge the battery, but it's not 25 watt to charge a 5000 milliamp hour battery. I don't know if that makes sense. But either way, like I said, it just feels normal or adequate. Also, this is not an S25 Ultra, so why would I be expecting the same things from both? So I've kind of shifted the way I think about this. Now, moving on to the S Pen here, or rather the lack thereof one, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be honest, when Samsung announced that the Z Fold7 here was not going to be supporting a stylus or the S Pen, I thought it was just a huge mistake because the Fold series has always felt like it was built, to be used with a stylus. Which, don't get me wrong, it is amazing with a stylus. In fact, there are still people that I know who are still upset about the lack of stylus support. In fact, despite not having used the S Pen that much on my previous Z Fold, the Z Fold 6 that supported one, I somewhat managed to miss using it on this one. And this was at the beginning, just to be clear here. But 5 weeks in, I have kind of, fallen back into old habits of not using it and not missing it. The same as on my S25 Ultra, which has a stylus, but I don't use much. So I honestly no longer miss it. Typing on that 6.5-inch outer display with its 21:9 aspect ratio just feels natural, right? Navigation is smooth, and when I do need to jot something down, Samsung software is good enough to make fingertip scribbles actually usable. Would I still prefer the option of having a stylus or S Pen? Of course, absolutely. I would love to have that. Now, the lack of the S Pen, does that ruin the experience? Not even close. I'm still loving it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to performance here and the absolute beast of a smartphone that this device is. I mean, what can I really say here? This thing is absurdly fast. The Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy paired with that 12 gigs of RAM, or 16 gigs to those of you who were feeling like being fancy, it just devours anything that I throw at it. High-end or heavy gaming, super smooth. The 4K test videos that I edited on here were done with such ease, and this essentially tells me that editing on the go, yeah, you absolutely will love it. 2 or 3 apps running side by side while, streaming music in the background. Not even a hiccup. And because of the improved cooling system, it stays cool even when you push it hard. Performance has been fantastic, over the past month. Again, this is without question the most powerful fold that Samsung has ever made. Now let's go ahead and move on to displays and what it's been like consuming content on them over the past 5 weeks. First off, this is where the Z Fold7 outclasses everything else. The 6.5-inch outer display feels like a normal phone screen. Texting, tweeting, scrolling, everything just feels better thanks to that friendly 21:9 aspect ratio as I mentioned earlier. And this may be one of the reasons my battery life is decent, right? I have found myself doing a lot more on this display than anticipated simply because it just feels like the normal way to use this phone. And of course, when I do open the phone here, it's just magic. Looking at that beautiful 8-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED inner display. Consuming content here is just an experience, and that goes for gaming and, heavy gaming, light gaming, it doesn't matter. It's just beautiful here. I have very much enjoyed all types of games on this phone over the past few weeks here. You have that 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 plus support, and an eye-searing 2,600 nits of brightness, of peak brightness, I should say, that make HDR consumption here just a dream machine. Movies look cinematic, multitasking is just seamless, as I mentioned already, and the crease, well, what crease? I don't think that thing exists. The darn thing is almost non-existent. Moving on to cameras here, we all knew that they were going to be upgraded, but I did not anticipate that they were going to be this good. Granted, the S25 Ultra's camera is still, a small step ahead, but cameras on here are just great. The new 200 megapixel main sensor produces images that are, crisp, detailed, and vibrant in typical Samsung fashion. The 10 megapixel telephoto and 12 megapixel ultra wide haven't changed, but they still deliver consistently solid results. And in case you were wondering, yes, I still would prefer to either have the UDC, the under the display camera, or no camera at all on that inner display. But of course, for those of you who do video calls while working, multitasking while working, that inner camera is solid. Now, let me go ahead and close with this. A few weeks ago, the Galaxy Z Fold7, blew my mind, but also frustrated me a bit, right? And then after everything fell into place, it definitely did win me and so many people over. Battery life, much improved and way better than I expected than even, that first or second week. No S Pen? Well, turns out I don't miss it that much, at least not anymore. Performance? Well, absolutely top tier, And what about cameras? Well, they are, genuinely excellent. And overall, this is just the most refined, the most fun, the most usable, foldable I've ever gotten my hands on, and the best that Samsung's ever made. You know, the Z Fold7 doesn't just feel futuristic anymore. It finally feels finished. And I think I said that at the beginning of the video. And I can also say this without any hesitation. I highly recommend the all-new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 here if you happen to be in the market for one, simply because it is the best foldable you could get your hands on as of right now in the United States. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have a civil conversation down in the comment section there where I'm gonna catch you. Make sure to like the video, of course, if you haven't done so already. Make sure to share if you know anyone who will be interested. And as I mentioned, make sure to add your comments in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm gonna catch you in the comment section like I always do. I'm certainly hoping that this was informative. I'm also gonna catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.